Apple's Watch was obviously the star of the show today. It's going to start at $349, and it's not going to be ready till 2015, but they had some demos at Apple's event today. We got a really controlled sort of demo here. We got to touch and feel and hold the Apple Watch version of it. But we didn't get to actually play with the functionality that was demonstrated for us. Usually that means we got a lot of work to do when we see that type of demo. But the watch feels and looks really kind of beautiful and well put together, like a real piece of jewelry. It's not plasticky or bulky or even ugly like a lot of the other smartwatches we've seen. It's going to be available in two sizes, 38mm and 42mm. It's a minor little bit of change, but it really does make a difference on the wrist. It also has sort of three versions: the Apple Watch, which is polished stainless steel, the Apple Watch Sport, which is anodized aluminum, and the Apple Watch Edition, which is, believe it or not, 18 karat gold. Only the stainless version was available today. We saw a bunch of the different bands too. We tried out a Milanese stainless steel band and a leather one. They sort of secure using magnets, which is really interesting and feels kind of opulent when you put it on. The big differentiating feature of the Apple Watch from many of the other smartwatches out there today is the digital crown. It looks really like an old-fashioned mechanical crown on a normal watch, except instead of winding the watch, it's used for sort of zooming and scrolling through menus, and they showed us how it zooms in and out of maps. And it also, you push in as the home button. It's really reminiscent of the old iPod click wheel. The only other hard control on the device is a Friends button, which pretty much just brings up a short list of your favorite friends. Aside from that, it uses a touch screen and a microphone, a built-in microphone that lets you essentially use Siri through the watch or take calls directly from the watch. There's no integrated camera, although it's worth mentioning that the industry seems to be moving away from this right now. Samsung's latest devices don't have a built-in camera on them, and you know, to be honest, we always found it a little awkward to take photos from your wrist. That said, you can actually use it as a viewfinder for your iPhone's camera, which could be quite useful. Apple also introduced Apple Pay, and the Apple Watch is part of that system. Like the iPhone 6, it's got built-in NFC, and it can be used as part of the tap-to-pay system that Apple set up. Apple's putting a real focus on health with all of its new devices, and the Apple Watch has a built-in heart rate sensor along with a variety of other sensors that are supposed to track your activity, but it also sort of functions as a dedicated sport watch as well. Apple's really banking on third-party developers to really take a lot of advantage of the health monitoring features, and so we'll have to see how that develops. The Apple Watch was definitely the most newsworthy thing to come out of Apple's conference, and it had to be, because this thing's not coming until 2015, so it really had to be something special and something truly unique to get people's attention, and I think it largely succeeded. But wearables, you really have to live with them. So we're looking forward to next year when we can get our hands on it, get it in our labs, and really get some detailed feedback on what it's like to live with these devices.